Hi guys, welcome back to this session. So already in the previous video, we have discussed about the difference between microcontroller and a microprocessor. So in today's session, I have come up with a very new topic called biobattery. So let us understand what a biobattery is and let us look at its working in this video. So this presentation include introduction, the principle of biobattery, how does it work, need of a biobattery, its advantages and disadvantages, and the applications of this biobattery and the future scope. And with that, I'll conclude my PPT. Coming to the first slide, what is a biobattery? So all of you know battery is a device to store energy, right? So here biobattery is also the same. It also serves for the same purpose. But the basic difference is it is a biobattery. That means it is powered by organic compounds such as glucose. So we use glucose in order to power this battery. And in this battery, what actually happens is the battery actually uses glucose, right? So enzymes are used in order to break down this glucose, and the bio battery will receive the energy directly from glucose. Okay, so this is a bio battery basically. Coming to the principle of a bio battery, when you hear the term battery, the things which you remember regarding the construction of a battery are, you know that every battery consists of a anode, a positive terminal, and a cathode, a negative side, right? So similarly, this bio battery also consists of an anode, cathode, separator, and an electrolyte, and they all are present in layers. I'll show you the picture. Okay, so if you come here, and this is actually the picture. As you can see, uh, as you can see, the cathode is present here, and the cathode and the anode both are separated by a polymeric separator, and this is, and you can see actually they are in layers. Now as you are seeing this horizontally, it appears like this, but when you look at this picture in a vertical view, you will understand these are present as layers. And I think you might have a question. Generally anode is the positive. Why you are coming or considering anode as a negative here? Because you know, in electro, this is which kind of cell? So based on the cell, right, we have two types of cells like electrolytic cell and electrochemical cell. Yes, so this anode and cathode signs, they depend upon the cell. So here the anode is negative and the cathode is positive, and both of these are separated by a polymeric separator. This is about the construction of a biobattery. Next, working of a biobattery. Now, in order to understand this working, so what they are showing actually is, first, the current moves from outside to the anode. As you can see in this picture, anode is the topmost layer. So first, from outside, the current flows into this anode. Okay, then through this polymeric separator, what happens is, though that current will move into the cathode. So you can see here, anodes allow current to flow in from outside the battery, and cathode allow current to flow out from the battery. So first the current is coming from outside into the battery through anode, then it goes into the cathode, and from cathode it moves out. And what actually happens when it moves inside the anode is, in the anode, okay, you can see here clearly. So in the anode, sugar will be broken down and electrons and protons are produced. And the electrons which are produced here, they travel through the separator and they go to the cathode. And protons, they also go through the separator to the battery, to the cathode side of the battery. And after going to the cathode side, the oxidation reduction reaction takes place with the help of these electrons and protons. So this is the working of biobattery. So you can understand clearly from here. So first, from outside, what actually happening here? Enzymes are breaking down the glucose and they are supplying the energy in the form of electron, in the form of current to the anode. So what actually this anode is doing? Near the anode, what is happening is that it is producing electrons and protons in the anode. So in the anode, what is happening? Electrons and protons are being produced. So these electrons and protons which are being produced in the anode, they are actually moving through the separator to the cathode. Okay, in the cathode, what is happening? By oxidation reduction reaction which is happening due to this cathode, due to this electron and proton, what is happening? The current is being generated here and we are getting the electricity. So this is the working principle involved in a biobattery. I hope you might have understood this very clearly. Let's move forward. Now we understood what a biobattery is. Then why we need this biobattery? So all of you know, all of you have a great answer for this question. That is, even though we are having different kinds of, like we are able to generate electricity from different kinds of sources due to overusage and there is like we are day for every day we are searching for some new technology, right? So every day we are searching for new resources so that we can get more and more electricity, and the resources must be, they should not end up, right? So we have that problem now. So in order to overcome that, this biobattery is the best thing. And nowadays our major concern is about the energy conservation. So biobattery is one of the best energy conservation method, and it is, as it is using glucose for giving electricity, it is very eco-friendly, and also it can save a lot of power, and it is energy efficient, and it can also be used as renewable energy source. Because of all these reasons, biobattery is becoming a useful battery. Coming to the, so we don't directly accept any technology, right? So first, while accepting a technology, we go through the pros and cons of the technology. In the same manner, as we are studying about the biobattery, we need to understand what are its advantages, right? So as I have said you, this biobatteries, since they are powered by glucose, they can be instantly recharged. And if you give more supply of glucose, biobatteries will be continuously charged. And as they are made up of biological products or organic compounds, they are non-flammable and non-toxic. And the best thing is it is eco-friendly. So these are the major advantages of a biobattery. So everything will have a positive side and a negative side, right? So the pros, these are the pros. What are the cons then? Coming to the disadvantages, this bio battery, they can't store energy for the longer durations, and they need to be continuously charged. Okay, so they can't store the energy for longer duration, so it must be continuously charged. That's the reason. Actually, you might have question, right? Are they using this bio battery at present? So actually, still this bio battery is under research because they want to improve its energy storage capacity so that it can be used very profitably. Coming to the applications, so you can use as portable charging in cell phones. In disaster relief, you can use this bio batteries. And I'll show you one thing. So this is a music player which is actually developed by Sony company by using four bio batteries. Okay, they have placed the four, as you can see here, they have placed the four bio batteries in series, and they have developed a music player. This is developed by Sony company. Okay, so you can see here, Sony successfully demonstrated bio battery powered music playback. Okay, so this this is by connecting 4 bio batteries in series. The Sony company has developed this, and you can use this bio batteries in pacemakers and insulin pumps, and you can also use this bio batteries in toys and greeting cards. So these are the various applications of this bio battery. Now coming to the future scope. So since we are short of resources, right? So we are every day we actually find new solutions and new things in order to be, or in order to make our livelihood a safer one, right? So we are actually short of resources due to various reasons. Okay, so energy conservation has become a major issue of concern. So in order to save the energy, these bio batteries will serve as a new form of energy, and they are very eco friendly. But the major thing is, in order to actually use it effectively, what needs to be done is, its storage capacity must be increased. So if the bio battery storage capacity is increased, it can be effectively used in our daily lives. So after all these points, I want to conclude my session. So what I feel about this is, this bio battery can become a new era of energy generation, as it is very eco friendly. We can use it as an alternative source for generating electricity, and these are high performing, stable and flexible. So you can use bio batteries, but we need to first work on the major challenge of this bio battery, that is its storage capacity. It can't store the energy for longer duration, right? It gets discharged very easily. So in order, we need to continuously recharge it. So if we overcome that problem or that challenge, we can effectively use this bio battery. So this is my view. I think you might have understood this about this bio battery very clearly. Not only this, actually there are many points which you need to think about, like the performance of a bio battery. It, no, as I have said you, this bio battery, since it's a battery, right? So there are various factors which actually affect the bio battery. There are factors such as temperature. So there is an impact of temperature on this bio battery, and also power, impact of power. So you, if you want to further go, if you want to go detail in about it, you can go through some research papers on this bio battery and know about how those factors actually affect this bio battery. So if you feel this session is interested, I would like to make some more detailed presentation regarding this bio battery, so that it can help you to go further in this field. So I thank all of you for your patient listening, and I hope this is a very wonderful session which, in which you are able to learn a new topic, right? So stay tuned to our channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for further more interesting concepts of electronics and the new technology. Thank you.